This is a practice to help you meet yourself where you're at, allowing yourself to find peace, allowing yourself to cultivate a calm, and allowing yourself to find acceptance for whatever situation or hardship, whatever joy you may be experiencing. So we'll begin reclined down onto our backs. Before you do, make sure you have some yoga blocks and a bolster. So having these props nearby, we're going to take our bolster and slide it underneath the thighs, and then slowly you can recline down. Just finding your breath here as you relax a little deeper. Begin to meet your breath. Just noticing your breath. Notice how it easily comes and goes. Noticing the texture, the shape. Noticing the depth in which it is received into your lungs. Just finding the beauty in these differences, and that one is not like the other, and that every breath gets to be unique. See if you can drop inward and downward into your body, letting your bones relax, letting your muscle and ligaments soften. Just slowly finding some harmony in this moment by letting your body experience shamatha, or this total release downward, weighted from the self. Begin to scan over your mental landscape. Just noticing your thoughts today, and if there is space between them or if they are rambling. Noticing the landscape in your body. Is it rigid and constricted, or is it soft and welcoming? Notice the landscape of your heart. Does your heart feel light and buoyant, or does your heart feel heavy and tight? Notice your emotional body. What is the baseline emotion that you are experiencing in this moment? Know that all of these landscapes get to change through your choice. If you allow yourself to meet yourself with all of these conditions, begin to bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly, and just take a nice deep breath into the belly and then the chest. And then exhale, chest and belly. Inhaling, belly, chest. And exhaling, chest and belly. And just continuing this pattern of breathing into the belly first and then letting the chest lift. And then exhaling from your chest and then your belly. About 3 more rounds. Breathing into the belly, letting it rise, into the chest, letting it lift. And then breathing out, chest, letting it relax, and belly, letting that drop down. Notice what a few breaths can do to the landscape already that you've witnessed. Starting to have this invitation to be open-armed and open-hearted with yourself. If there's anything else you'd like to call in, please do so, choosing that word or phrase to guide you. And then nice and slowly you can begin to bend into your knees, just planting your feet onto your bolster or pillow. Just take a nice deep breath in. And a sighing breath out through the mouth. Slowly you can begin to cactus your arms off to the ground and then hover your feet. Letting your knees just be right outside of the hip joint here. So not moving in towards the chest, not moving away, but right in that plumb line, plugging them down, bringing the ankles to touch, knees to touch. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, try to drive the elbows down. Inhale here. And then exhale, slowly begin to drop knees over to the right. Inhale. And exhale. Big breath in. Big clearing breath out. On your next inhale, you're going to press down through that right elbow and then start to lift up through the right knee, bringing your knees back to center. And then exhale here. Deep breath in. And exhale, slowly dropping your knees over to the left. Breath in. And breath out. Try to soften with each exhale. Try to meet yourself in this shape, in this situation. And on your next inhale, slowly press down through that left elbow, left shoulder blade, and then start to lift with the left leg to bring your knees back to center. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, cross your shins. You're going to reach your hands to try to find your outer ankles or the outer edges of your feet, drawing your heels down towards your upper thigh bone and drawing your shins towards your chest. And just rocking from side to side here. In this Supta Sukhasana, this reclined seated position of sweetness. And can you witness your own sweetness? Can you know yourself so well that you can see that you too are just as beautiful as the golden color of honey, and you taste the world in such a way that you provide this joy to others? Slowly begin to switch the cross of your shins, reaching down, noticing that this side gets to be different. This side gets to be unique just as much. Enjoying this difference of this side, this shape, this breath, this moment. Take another deep breath in. And then exhale slowly. You can release the left foot down, hugging that right shin in. And then reaching your right hand to the outer edge of your right ankle or your little toe and starting to bring your foot up towards the ceiling for a happy baby pose, trying to draw your right knee towards the ground as you resist pushing that right foot into the right hand. Slowly allow your left knee to drop over to the left. Find your breath, deep breath in. And a clearing breath out. A few more like that, inhaling. And exhaling. One more inhale. And exhale. Slowly you can use your left hand to help guide your left knee back towards center, and you're going to bring your right ankle onto the left thigh. Resting that left foot on the bolster feels really nice, just giving a little lift already. And then work to press that right femur bone away from your rib cage, away from your pelvis with that right hand. And deep breath in. And exhale, you can release. Slowly hugging that left shin in towards your chest. And then moving your knee out towards your outer ribs, reaching that left hand to the outer edge of the little toe side of your foot or the ankle, and then bringing your foot towards the ceiling as you draw your knee down. And just feeling this gentle stretch in your inner thigh, your inner adductors, and feeling some of these smaller muscles like your sartorius and your psoas get a nice little stretch. Try to keep the knee joint at a nice 90-degree angle, keeping that open. And then allow that right knee to open to the right. It's going to deepen this inner groin stretch. We have a lot of lymph nodes here, so we can really use our stretch to move the lymph, to remove the toxins out of those nodes to be reprocessed and to help ourselves heal from the toxins that we ingest. And just breathing here as you feel this opening. Meeting yourself once again in a new shape, a new way. Trying not to react, but to actually just feel. Slowly you can bring that right hand beside the outer right thigh, drawing the right knee up, and then exhaling to bring that left ankle onto the right thigh. Left hand's going to find the left thigh. You're going to push your left femur bone away from you. Just make space in your hip flexor. Feel that blood flow. Deep breath in. Clearing breath out. One more inhale. And exhale, you can slowly release that left foot down. From here, you're going to move that bolster out of the way, allowing your feet to come down to the flat of your mat, bringing your hands and grabbing the outer edges of your sticky mat, wrapping your triceps down, pressing your shoulder blades down, and then from here, tucking your tailbone under, inhale, lifting your hips up, working your shins forward. Exhale, starting with your upper vertebra, start to lower your spine down, one little bone at a time, and then tucking your tailbone here. Inhale, pressing through the feet, lifting up. Try to drag your heels back towards your glutes, feeling this activation of your hamstrings, your glutes, waking up our back body. And then exhale to slow roll down. Trying that again. Inhale, waking up, back body, lifting, pressing. And exhale, slow roll down. Bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees come wide, press your feet firmly together. Deep breath in as you're here. Clearing breath out. So slowly just come above that lower version of where you can hang and just come just an inch above that and do little pulses with your knees. Just little tiny pulses. And then slowly come up a little higher and do little tiny pulses. So just feeling this little activation. And then a little higher and do little tiny pulses. And then going back down, an inch or two, little pulses. And back down again, little pulses. And then come into that stretching point. Allow the knees to completely drop. From here, lift just an inch. Press your feet together. Start to lift your hips. Squeeze your glutes. Press your hips up. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Notice if there's imbalance between right and left. Try to press up evenly and lower down evenly. 3 more. Coming up and down. Inhaling up and down. And last one. Inhale up and exhale down. Slowly hug the knees towards your chest and then interlock your hands behind the backs of the thighs. Allow your legs to extend straight up towards the ceiling. From here, push through your heels a lot and point through your toes. And we're just going to point and flex. Point and flex. And then from here, flex through your feet. And make sure that those femur bones aren't coming towards your chest. Keep them slightly away from you. Press down through your hands. Maybe even grabbing that outer edge of your mat once again. And then start to lower that right leg just to a 30-degree angle. Breathing here. And exhale. And then inhale up. Exhale, lower that left leg just to a 30-degree angle. And inhale up. Going back to the right, go a little lower. And up. And left, a little lower. And up. Right, going to just where you start to feel your low back. Try to lift and then staying there, breathing. Keep reaching up through the left heel. Keep reaching out through the right. And up. And then going to that left side just till you feel that low back trying to lift. Keep tucking tailbone under. Press down through the shoulder blades. Push the heels. Relax your jaw. And up. And then let's see, both point and 30 degrees. Holding here. Release your hands from your mat. Start to reach up. Start to round up. Deep breath in. And out. Little pulses here. Just finding these little tiny ways to find this pulse. And then slowly hug your knees in. You can roll over and onto your belly. So coming onto your belly, stacking your forearms, letting your head rest, tucking your toes under. Just noticing your back body now, allowing your front body to relax. We're going to draw that right knee out to the right. And you can begin to prop yourself up on your forearms. So tucking the left toes under, push back through the left heel, and then start to side bend over to the right. So find that stretch on that left side. And then inhale, come back through center. And exhale, you can extend your right leg to meet your left. Left knee comes out to the side. Prop yourself up. And then work that side bend, walking your elbows over to the left. Really push through the right heel. Elongate that side body. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, extend your leg. And slowly we're gonna press up, tucking your tailbone under, finding some length. And lower down. Hands are gonna find your lowest ribs. You're gonna work to squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine, and then the tips of your shoulder blades down and away from your ears, towards your hips. So squeezing the elbows towards each other and back will help you get there. And then on your inhale, pressing through your feet, let your knees lift. Inhale, start to come on up, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale here. Inhale, maybe lifting a little higher, push your pubic bone down. And then exhale, lower down. Think about lifting from your mid-back. On your inhale, start to peel up. Come on up, Bhujangasana. Exhale, lengthen, lower down. One more. Inhale, lift, open. And exhale, lower down. Slowly you can begin to come on back into a child's pose, bringing your hips back and your head down. 3 breaths here, just enjoying yourself. That childlike self, the one that loves to play, the one that loves to converse with others and be silly and laugh and finding the lila of life, the joyous divine play. Meeting yourself here. And then on your next inhale, come on up to a tabletop position, stacking shoulders over hips and your shoulders over your wrists, not your hips, and your hips over your knees. That would be a hard one to do. We're just going to find some thoracic mobility, so some opening of our heart, some rotation. So on your inhale, you're going to sweep the right arm up, but you're going to bring your hand to the back of your head and then start to rotate your ribs. Look up towards your elbow. And then exhale, elbow towards elbow. Inhale, open. And exhale, rotate. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate. This time, sneak that right arm behind the back of your right wrist, bringing your shoulder to the ground, ear to the ground. And this is not a passive pose, so push down and lengthen. Really use that left hand to give you traction. Maybe the left leg comes up. Drawing left knee towards left elbow, and then back up. And then back in, and up. One more, back in, and up. Slowly release. Use that inhale to sweep your arm open, and exhale, release it down. And we'll take that to the other side. So inhaling that left arm up, bringing your hand to the back of your head, opening up, look up towards your elbow, and then exhale, rotate in. Inhale, open, and exhale, rotate. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate. Last one, inhale, open. Exhale, rotate, sneaking that arm under, bringing your ear down. And really pressing through that right hand to get that traction. Feel the rotation in your spine. Oh, it's so yummy to meet ourselves at the back of our heart. And then when we meet ourselves at our heart, we find peace, we find love, we find all the things we've been searching for. And from there, we can get light, we can fly. So let's work to extend that right leg back. And exhale, right elbow towards. And right knee. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. And then inhale back. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, sweep it up, stack shoulders. And exhale, release your hands down. So from here you can work to sit back onto your heels. And we're gonna find our blocks. Placing our blocks on the tallest setting out in front of us. And from here, bringing our hands onto our blocks. Sorry, I needed a little mat adjustment there. And then we'll meet ourselves in downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, this beautiful pose. And so we get the hands on the block so we can get those heels down. Work to bend into your knees, tilt your tailbone up, and meet yourself with an inversion. So meeting yourself where your heart gets to make the decisions, not your head. And enjoy the breath here, a few breaths, just cleansing and clearing out the debris in your landscape of your body, your mind, and your heart. Try to relax your jaw. On your next inhale, look forward, come forward into the plank. And then exhale, push back, down dog. And we'll do that a few times. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Last one, inhale, plank. And exhale, down dog. Just warming up those shoulders. Inhale, lift your right leg. And then exhale, try to step that right foot between your blocks, coming into low lunge. Allowing your hips to drop. Bend into that back knee and start to pull it forward and then drop it down. Keeping those toes tucked under for stability. Bringing that right hand to the right thigh. Just finding some height, some elevation here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. So from here, we're going to sweep the hands up, finding more elevation. Hook your thumbs, and then exhale, bend into your elbows, lift your heart forward, start to look up. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more inhale here, and then exhale, slowly release your hands behind your back. So from here, we're going to try to find the fists working towards each other, squeezing your elbows towards each other. I would say it's like you're carrying a little cute crate of eggs, little fragile eggs. You want to be gentle, but you want to be supportive. And then the fist is going to come down to your sacrum, nice and low. And from here, we're going to take this 90-degree angle out of the knee. We're going to start sending our hips forward. So feeling this opening for your psoas as we open our chest. It's a slight lift of your chin to open your throat for the breath to find ease. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale. And exhale, maybe untucking back foot. Deepening this pose, opening that whole front side of that back leg, left leg. One more full breath in. And then exhale, slowly release your hands down to the blocks. Tuck your left toes under, lift left knee. Straighten right leg. Straighten left leg and fold. And just meet yourself here in your hamstrings and your calves. Notice that your shoulder blades are always trying to meet your ears. Can you allow them to descend and allow your ears to be open for listening? Listening to your heart, listening to your breath, truly actively listening to others, even your own voice. Deep breath in, clearing breath out. One more full breath in. And then exhale, shift the weight forward. Press your weight into your hands a lot and try to step back into that plank position. Deep breath in. Clearing breath out. Inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Nice job finding that stability there, that strength. We're going to take that to the other side. Inhaling that left leg up and exhaling, working to step it forward and through. And then lengthen your chest. Look forward as you start to bend into your back knee, right knee, as you start to drop it down. So finding this 90-degree angle, back toes are tucked under. And then from here, left hand to left thigh, and then right, just finding this elevation. So it's a nice long line on that back thigh. I'm just feeling stability here, this hugging in of the hips, this drawing forward of your back leg, this pressing down through the right foot. And then find some more elation, more elevation, big breath in, reaching up. And then exhale, opposite thumb in front as you hook your thumbs and bend into your elbows. So to lift your chest, lift your gaze. Big breath in, enjoy the shaking. And if you can, really stamp down through that front foot. Inhaling and exhaling. And this is a really nice way to receive the breath with the arms open, pecs open, heart open. Take one more full breath in. And then exhale, slowly release your hands. Opposite interlace behind the back. So finding, feels a little funky, working to close your fists, squeezing your elbows. Sacrum and hands meet. This meeting of the sacred and your actions. And from that place, we begin to drive the hips forward, squeezing elbows back, opening up here. Deep breath in and out. Try to keep that left hip moving forward, that right hip moving back. Maybe you untuck the back toes and you sink a little deeper. Maybe you lift your chin. Just finding an easy way for the breath to flow. Inhale and exhale. And slowly you can begin to release your hands down to the blocks. Tucking back toes under, we're going to work to straighten both legs, folding forward. Let your head get heavy. And meet yourself here on this side, noticing what this side is all about. No judgments, just meeting. Right? And even though sometimes when we meet people or things, we judge, right? And can we remove that inner critic that thinks they know everything? That ego has to soften. I'm just enjoying this practice of opening and meeting ourselves with acceptance. Go ahead and bend into that front knee and then plant through your hands, really root down and then step back, high plank position. Big breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Let it go. One more inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Nice work. On your inhale, you're going to shift back forward into the plank, and then exhale, start to drop to your knees. Start to draw your hips forward, shoulder blades towards the spine, shoulder blades down. So this modified upward facing dog. Lift your heart. And then exhale, round your spine. Come back. Let your hands rest. Let your forehead rest. Notice any tingling, any awakening in your nervous system and your muscles. And then start to come on back, downward facing dog on the blocks. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, step the right foot forward. You're going to spin your left foot so that it's parallel to the back edge of your mat, and inhale to come on up. Warrior two. Big, wide, and open stance. We find this Viyana, this energy of moving from your center outward. And let's play with that. So bringing your hands into your heart, and then exhale, pushing out. Inhale, bringing in. Receiving, exhale, pushing out. 2 more. Inhale. Out. In. Out. Stay out. Relax your hands. Flip your palm of your front hand. Sneak your back hand behind you. And then reverse your warrior. Let your rib cage open as you sink into the lunge. Allow your left ear to drop towards your left shoulder. And then straighten that front leg, right leg. Reach back. Slowly turn your gaze down towards your back foot. And then inhale, come on up. Arms nice and wide, get long, get tall. As you start to shift the weight back, reaching forward, keeping your arms in this nice long plane. And then as if someone's pulling back, like this game of tug or war, reaching back, reversing back. And then coming forward, shifting forward, reaching forward. And then pulling back, reaching back. 2 more like that, shifting forward and back. And reverse. And coming forward and back. Reverse. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, spin your feet wide, hands to your hips. Take a deep breath in. And exhale it out. And then work to squeeze those elbows together, opening up our hearts. And exhale, fold forward, fold. Let your head get heavy. Shake it out. Shift the weight to your toes. And maybe the hands come down to the ground. Maybe your hands interlock behind the back of your head. And you can help twist your head from side to side. As you lengthen through your spine. Adding a little weight. Slowly begin to release your hands. Bend into that left knee and sink your weight back. The right heel can come up. Skandasana, this skater pose is like one of my least favorite poses, but it's a really good one. And then shift it forward and go to the other side. Just staying a few breaths. We always transition so fast, and how can we actually meet ourselves if we're moving so fast? Shifting back, over to the left, shifting back over to the right. One more back to the left. And then slowly shifting forward, bringing your hands back to the blocks and pivoting your back foot. This medium lunge, the knee is not down, it's lifted, it's an active pose. And then stepping back, high plank position. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. And exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Deep breath in. And let it go. And then nice and slowly stepping that left foot between your blocks. Pivoting your right foot down and inhaling, coming up, warrior 2. So this gaze is over the front hands, and then slowly we'll bring the energy in. What do you need to receive? And pushing out. In and out. In, out. One more in. And out. And then slowly taking that back hand, sneaking it behind your sacrum, and reversing your warrior. Straighten the front leg, lean back, open up. Feel this opening in your ribs, in your hip. And then slowly inhale, come on up. Exhale here. Inhale, send your hips back, reach forward. And exhale, reach back, reverse. Inhale, forward, reach forward. Exhale, pull back, reverse. So feeling this flossing between your shoulders and your hips. One more. And then from here, pivoting your foot and folding forward. Relaxing down, take a deep breath in and exhale. And this time we're going to come up halfway, lift, and exhale to stay. See if you can plant that right hand underneath your face and then start to open up to the front of your mat, the left side. And then retreat down and go over to the right. And release. From here, bringing your heels in, your toes out, and walking those feet in, sinking your hips down to come into Malasana. Deep breath in and out. Slowly planting your hands and folding forward, walking that left foot forward, pivoting back on that right heel, coming forward here. So in this medium lunge, back leg lifted, and then exhale, step it back, high plank. Deep breath in. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Nice work. Slowly you can work to drop to your shins. And you can find a child's pose with your arms up and on to the blocks. Let your head rest. And slowly coming on up, bringing your blocks with you. So if you can't sit with your knees fully bent like that, you can work to sit on a block. And so from here, we'll find the Virasana, this beautiful pose that opens our quads. We'll begin to find some gentle breath work. So bringing your right hand up towards your face, bringing your peace fingers right between your eyebrows, and then plugging your thumb, breathing in through your left nostril, plugging left, lifting right, and breathing right. Inhale right, plug, lift left, breathe out left. Inhale left, plug, pause, lift right, breathe out right. And just going back and forth, just alternating from one side to the other. Starting to find some balance. The chaos begins to settle, the clutter removed. There's this meeting of yourself in your natural state, the peaceful state. Take one more round. We'll end with breathing out through the right. And then releasing your palm, just closing your eyes and noticing. Can you lean back in your spine? And we have this small little bone at the base, at the top of our throat, the base of where your jawline meets, called the hyoid bone, and it's shaped like a U. And it just floats there, and see if you can try to move that bone back And you'll feel the back of your skull begin to lift and more space is created there, some extension for the neck and the occipitals, tiny muscles that are starting to shorten here. And then from this place of neutrality, can you start to turn your head with your eyes closed towards the left and just noticing the rotation you have. And just moving nice and slowly. And coming back through center. And turning towards the right. And noticing the rotation in your neck to the right. And bringing your head back to center. So we're going to find a little masseuse trick. You're going to find your hitchhiker thumb and you're going to plug that right into the space around your collarbone. You're going to take those four fingers and wrap it around the back of your neck and just to the outer edge of your bones of your neck. So, and then pushing your thumb down, you're going to pull those four fingers forward. I'm just feeling this gentle little self-massage. And you can start to even lean your head towards the left as you pull. Really digging that thumb down and in that little pocket. You pull your fingers across and then bringing your head through center. You'll find it on the other side, hitchhiker's thumb on the left. Bringing that left thumb down, bringing your four fingers around the side of your neck. So push your thumb down a lot and then start to drag those fingers across your neck. So I'm just kind of grabbing like this, pushing down and grabbing across. Just giving a little massage as that thumb digs deep into the scalenes. These muscles that give us a lot of problems in our neck. They don't give us problems, they just tend to take on our problems, really. And so meeting ourselves at this place of where there's tension and problems, creating a little bit of release, a little problem solving. Maybe bringing the right ear towards the right shoulder as you find this action of plugging thumb down, pulling fingers across neck. And then slowly you can bring your head to center, release. Take a nice deep breath in. Clearing breath out. And we can come up and off of our seat. You're going to take that block, maybe you were sitting on it, or maybe it's just off to the side, and you're going to put it on the medium setting and on your mat. But at the back of your mat, we want the edge of our skull to come right at this edge of this block. So right at the occipital ridge here. So we'll place the block down. We'll start to make our way down. You can have your bolster nearby. Lowering down and bringing your head onto the block and just letting your head catch as you extend your leg. And the bolster's nearby in case you want a little prop underneath your thighs as we started our practice. Just feeling this nice gentle release here. The shoulder blades can continue to try to meet your hips. Never, connection. We try to find this connection. Never happening. And then slowly you can rock your head from side to side a little. And some little yeses. And then Slowly begin to turn your head all the way to the right. Try to relax the rest of your spine, the rest of your body from the skull down. And coming back through center. And going on over to the left side. Maybe a sigh just naturally forms, let it. And bringing your head back to center. Just taking a nice, yummy breath in. And a clearing breath out. So you can release, bringing one hand back behind you and the other to move the block just to help your head lower. And then begin to find your Shavasana once again, this meeting ourselves now. Now that we've moved energy, now that we've tried to clean the clutter that has gotten in the way of us meeting ourselves. The vrittis of the mind, the knots in the body, all gone. So meeting yourself here in this spacious self. This limitless self. This fully capable self. This beautiful self. See if you can find more space. Drop into a deeper layer of self and this beauty space. Slowly begin to become aware of your breath, breathing you. Breathing you back to life, breathing you back to this moment, breathing you back to present time. And begin to find some gentle movement in the fingers, the toes. Maybe the wrists and your ankles. And then inhale to reach your hands overhead and point your feet. And exhale, hug your knees towards your chest and give yourself a nice big hug for taking this time to invite yourself to be with yourself. And gently roll to your side and just pause there for a moment. Pressing into your top hand, coming up to a seat with your eyes closed. If you have that bolster, you can use it. And meeting yourself once again. The practice of yoga is a meeting. It's a uniting, it's a joining. Joining of your mind, your heart, your body. Just getting to know yourself and the multifaceted beauty in which you are able to reflect like a gemstone in the sunlight. And every day we get to meet a new version of ourselves. Feel the bliss of this person in which you are in this moment. I know that this soul version of you always exists within this elevated, this light, this beautiful self is always there for you to meet. And all it does is take a little time to pause, to slow down, and to send the invitation. Bringing your hands together in prayer at your heart, Anjali Mudra, and thanking yourself for receiving the invitation and responding a yes to meet yourself this beautiful day. And I thank you so much for spending your time with me and giving me permission to guide you to meet yourself. The love and light within me honors and recognizes the love and light within you. So we say to one another, Namaste. Namaste.